Hello there, this is Monica Castaneda, and today I want to talk about dining rooms, dining areas, and family and health. In Feng Shui, the dining room is the room that is associated with health, family, and community. And as I'm recording this, I'm sitting in my dining room. You can see a picture of my family in the back. We're soon gonna change that because the kids are a lot older, so that needs to be updated. Dining rooms are good places to have family photos, really good places to have family photos. When I started, over 20 years ago, when I started doing Feng Shui, I was shocked to see that most of my clients, they did not sit at the dining table for dinner. They sat in the family room in front of the TV. And I thought that was bad enough. That was plenty bad, that you never actually sit with your family to eat a meal, but that you're actually just sitting in the sofa or on armchairs watching TV while you eat, so not communicating with each other. That was bad enough, but fast forward 20 years and now it's worse. It is much, much worse because what has happened in the last 2 decades is that people in the United States no longer eat together at all. When I ask my clients today how they eat, everybody has a meal whenever they come home. So whatever time they come home from school, from work, from whatever activities they have, they go to the fridge, make themselves a snack, get some food, heat it up in the microwave, and eat by themselves in front of the TV, or in front of a computer, or in front of their phone or their tablet. And so there's this dissolution of family meals in the United States, and this is really, really bad for families. The ancient Chinese sages, they said that what makes a nation strong is strong families. Families are becoming weaker and weaker in the United States because people do not eat together. If you want to get to know your kids, don't try and get them to talk when you pick them up from school. And don't try to just, sit them in the living room or the family room and say, let's talk. They're not going to talk to you. The way to get to know your kids is through the casual conversation that happens while you're sharing a meal. That's the only thing that is going to help you really know who your kids are. And it is so important for family strength and also for success in college. They did a study and they found that the number one thing that guaranteed that people would do well in college was family dinners. Now, I'm Latin, right? I'm Hispanic. I come from South America. For us, I grew up in a society, in a culture that you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner together. Here in the United States, on a good case, is dinners. Having a family room that encourages you to eat together is essential for family strength, but it is also essential for health. How you eat is as important as what you eat. You could be eating the best food in the world. If you are eating it standing up hurriedly in the kitchen, in front of your computer, stressed out, while watching the news, if you are sitting on a high stool where your legs are hanging, not in an ergonomic position, you are going to affect your health. How you eat is as important as what you eat from the Feng Shui perspective. So if you're not sitting down with family to have meals, there's something off in your household. There's no way around it. Something is not working in your home if you're not able to gather your family in the evenings to have dinner together. And a lot of it could be that your dining room is just not appealing. You can't force your family to go sit in a room that doesn't appeal to them. Let's go to that dark, uncomfortable space and let's eat there. That's not going to happen. So if it's more attractive for your family to go eat in front of the TV, that's what they're going to do. If it's more attractive to them to eat while doing Instagram, that's what they're going to do. And so you need to set the stage for family meals to happen. If you do not do it, who's going to do it? It's not going to happen automatically. And so you need to start having dinner together, and you need to have a strict rule that you can't bring devices to the table. It is absurd, to have everybody on their device while eating. Make everybody leave their phones in their bedroom or in the office, wherever, but don't bring your devices to the dining table. That is going to affect the way you communicate with your family. Eating with your family at least one meal a day is going to help you connect with them. And that is super important to do. If you do not do that, the bonds that join your family are going to become weaker. And then years from now, you're going to be wondering, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong that my kids can't get along with each other? What did I do wrong that my children don't call me? Where did I fail that they don't get along with me or with my spouse? Where you failed is in not providing family dinners. Now, unfortunately, in the United States, it's becoming more and more common that the only times that people sit at a table to eat are when they go eat out at a restaurant or at the cafeteria in school. And so some of those experiences may not be good, right? If you are going to eat at school, and if your kid is going to eat at school, if they're being bullied, or if they're not being nurtured, if they feel insecure, and if they're being, even if they're just somebody's teasing them to death when they are eating their lunch, that's not good for them. And if you're not having dinner at home, properly sitting at a table, you're doing nothing to counteract what is happening to them at school. If you do not establish a habit of having dinner with your family, you are not provided an environment where you can strengthen their self-esteem. And their self-esteem is going to be determined by what other people tell them at school, and especially in the cafeteria during meals. So it is whose responsibility is your responsibility to make sure that you provide family dinners for your family. And it is your responsibility to make the dining area appealing enough that your kids want to go there. When I call my kids to come and have dinner, they run. Not just because the food is going to be amazing, which it will be because I'm a really good cook, but because the food is the less exciting part of the experience of having dinner in our household. The most exciting part is the fun that we have with each other while talking to each other, while sharing what happened in our day, but sharing our thoughts about movies we watch, TV shows that we watch, books that we're reading, interactions we have with other people. And this is cultural, right? I come from a culture where this is stressed. And in Europe, it happens. I have clients in South Africa, and they tell me it happens in South Africa. I have clients in Australia, and they tell me that happens in Australia. And so it's cultural. In most of the world, the only place that is failing to do this is the United States. So I'm not going to get into it, but there's a lot of factors that contribute to this. For example, a lot of school events, sports events happen right at dinner time, right? So then dinner becomes rushing through a fast food place and eating in the car before you get to the game. So you need to structure your family life so you can guarantee that you're able to build your kids' security and self-esteem during meals. And in order to do that, you need to make sure that you get along with each other. And that happens with good feng shui. Without good feng shui, it's not going to happen. If you don't have the habit to do it, you need to acquire the habit. And that is my message for you today. In the Feng Shui Dream Home Creation Lab, this week, we are starting to talk about dining areas. Happy dining areas. And I'm going to be posting a link to the Feng Shui Dream Home Creation Lab so you can check out what that is. And so in the lab, we devote at least 4 weeks to each room in the house. Sometimes it's 6 weeks, sometimes it's 8 weeks, because a room may be more complex, right? For example, we just finished doing family rooms and living rooms, and that took 2 months because there's so much to talk about in the living room. If you join now, if you join today, you get to do live all the lessons and the critiques, because I look at your homes and tell you what's going on, for the dining room. And you also get access to the recordings of all the previous lessons we did for family rooms, living rooms, for curb appeal, magnificent foyers, and grand entrances. So you get the current content that we're developing live, and you also get access to pre-recorded content. So you get a lot for your monthly subscription. So I'm going to put in the link as soon as I'm done recording this. So if you're watching the replay, the link is already going to be there. so that you can check out the Feng Shui Dream Home Creation Lab. And remember, it is super important to have family dinners. And I hope you start working toward that today. You cannot force your family to sit to dinner with you if dinner is not exciting and if the food is not good. So there's two things you have to do. The conversation has to be good and the food has to be good. And I hope that you continue every day to make small changes to turn your home into a dream home where you can live a happy life with all the people you love.